Hello and welcome to my video about 1.1 regarding triangular prisms. So here we have ourselves a triangular prism, and I just want to give a little bit of context here. These lines here, this side and this side, these straight lines, show that they are equal in length. So that's important because we're going to be given the side length in a second, as shown right here. All right, so they're equal in length in this case. Might not always be, but then they have to give you more information. Okay, so the other way you could look at it is a little bit more in depth. Hold on here. Let's change this. So we could have length times side 1 plus length times side 2. So we could have a side 1 here and a side 2. If they're both given to you, then you can do it like that. If they're equal, then you could separate it out. But that's okay. Let's keep it with side 1 and 2 so that we don't make a mistake in the future. All right. So to start with, we're gonna just recall or remember how to get the area of a triangle. So a triangle looks like this. No big deal. No big surprise. And we're given the base and we're given the height. Okay, the h, height. So the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. Why is that? How can you remember that? Well, let's just think about a rectangle. If we have a rectangle and we divide it in half, okay, so if we have height here, we have base here, base times height gives you the area of the rectangle. Area of rectangle is just base times height. But since we divide it in half, literally what we do is we divide it in half, divided by 2. So that's what's going on with a triangle. So that's sweet. That's important. That's good. What's interesting is when we look at a triangular prism, we actually have 2 triangles show up. We have one on this front side, and we have one on the back side. Okay, that's important. There are 2 of them. So 2 times by base times height divided by 2. Wow, look at that. We notice something. We are multiplying by 2, and we divide by 2. So we can cancel those out. We're left with base times height. So that is where this one comes from. Yeah, that's very important. That we recognize that. It's not just a random formula, it comes from somewhere. So that's where it comes from. And the rest of them are all rectangles. So length times side, well, that's this side 1 times length. That's this rectangle here. Okay, again, length times side 2, that's this rectangle. On the other side, it's over here. That's here. Okay? And last but not least, we have base times, oh, that should be base times length. Here, let me just fix that here. Or length times base. Let's do it length times base. So that it's all the same. Okay, there you go. So now we have length times base, which is the base down here, and we have length over here. So now we have all of our different parts written out in our formula. That's awesome. Now let's try to put in some numbers and see what happens. So let's put a 2 over here, a 4 over here, a 3 over here. Let's make this height Well, it can't technically be 2 because the side is 2. well, it should be, okay, let's call the side 3. Here, let's change this to 3. Let's change the height to 2. And this might not be a real triangle now that I'm looking at it, but let's just go with that. Yeah. Actually, okay, let's do it this way. We're going to have it be a real triangle. So 6, 5. I have a real triangle in front of me that I'm writing down. 7 and 8. Okay, and in this triangle, this side and this side are the same, which means that these two can be simplified to 2 times by length times by side, because there's just 2 of them. All right. There you go, and base times height. There you go. Okay. Now all we do is we plug in our numbers and we go for it. So base times height is 6 times 5 plus 2 times what's length is 8 times by side is 7 plus length is 8 times base is 6. So let's calculate these out. We have 30. We have 48 over here. We have 2 times, what do we get left with? 2 times 40, nope, 56. Okay, so let's add those together now. Left with 104, no, we're left with 112. Let's do 30 plus 48 is 78. And finally, we add those together and we get 80, 90, 190. All right, so you can see here that it's really just about following this formula. Let's highlight that, this formula here. If you follow that through, it will get you to your answer every time. Now, all we did here in this case is we simplified it a little bit and then move forward. I hope this video helps you understand triangular prisms a little bit better. Good luck.